Actually, I have every right to be here.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do.
Suppose you tell me who you are and what you're doing.
Certainly, dear. I'm Mrs. Grant Wheeler.
I see.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Grant's told you all about me.
Well, not all.
But enough. Tell me, do you know where my husband is?
Not exactly, no.
Typical.
Obviously, Grant didn't realize you were coming in today, otherwise I'm sure he'd be here now.
Obviously. Tell me something. Does he know where our children are?
Any change?
He's holding his own. You look like you could use some rest yourself, Mr. Wheeler.
No, I have to be here when he awakens.
That probably won't be till morning. Looks to me like he's gonna sleep through the night.
I have to talk with him.
Well, that won't be tonight. Look, I could call you if he wakes up, but I doubt that he will.
All right. I suppose I could go home for a couple of hours. But let me give you a number to call me as soon as he awakens.
Yes, sir. I'll do that.
And I don't care what time it is. I must talk with him.
A call, I promise.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I hope you know where Mark and Brett are. You've got to.
Ricky, wake up! Ricky!
Now you hold it right there.
Texas. The first part of Texas is brought to you by the lively Decaffeinated. High Point Decaffeinated Coffee, with flavor as full of life as you are.
Grant is very concerned about his children. He's doing everything he can to find them.
Our children, dear. And just what do you know about all this?
I think you should ask Grant that.
I will. I like this room. It has a warm feeling. He always did have good taste. Are you planning on waiting for my husband, too?
As a matter of fact, I am, yes.
And I don't suppose you know exactly when he's planning on returning.
No, not exactly.
Mrs. Decker, look at these gorgeous flowers I picked this afternoon. Aren't they beautiful? Spring's really here. And you know what? I think that there are enough out there I can put bouquets in every single room of the house. Do you know whose car that is outside? I'm sorry, I didn't know you had company.
Vivian, this is Mrs. Wheeler.
Mrs. Wheeler?
Mrs. Grant Wheeler.
Mrs. Wheeler?
This is Vivian, the housekeeper.
Oh, the maid.
Oh, we spoke together on the phone.
Did we?
Yeah, don't you remember? I thought I got you mixed up with the other Mrs. Wheeler.
I imagine things will be even more confusing for you around here now.
Well, I'm very good at handling confusion.
How nice.
Vivian is the one who's responsible for keeping this house running smoothly.
Of course, you would know. Since you're so good at things, perhaps you can tell me where my children are.
Oh. Maybe you should wait until Mr. Wheeler gets home.
I intend to.
I guess I better put these in water.
Vivian,
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like a martini very dry with an olive and an onion.
A martini very dry with an olive and an onion. Anything else?
Some pâté would be nice. I'm a bit hungry after that flight from Boston.
Some pâté. Mrs. Decker, is there anything I can get you?
No, thank you, Vivian. I'm just fine.
I'm glad one of us is.
Hi, I was just about to call you.
I'm sorry I'm late.
That's all right. Is everything okay, huh?
Yeah, sure. I just had to take care of some things at the office.
Okay, well, I'm all ready. I just need to get my coat.
Paige, look, would you mind if we had dinner here tonight?
Well, sure.
I thought that we might just order something up, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. What's going on, TJ?
Well, I wanted to have a talk with you, and, well, I didn't want to have it in a restaurant.
That sounds serious.
It is serious.
Oh. Okay, well. Then why don't you just, come sit over here and tell me what you want to tell me.
Paige, I've been doing a lot of thinking this past few weeks.
About us.
Yeah. I know there must be an awful lot going through that pretty head of yours, too. You've had an awful lot of pretty heavy things dumped on you. I know it hasn't been easy.
You mean, finding out about you and Ashley being engaged in college?
And my holding back from you.
You don't need to go on.
No, yes, I do.
No, you don't. You don't understand. It's all right. I've straightened that all out. Unless there's more.
No.
Well, then
No.
why are we sitting here talking?
Because the thing has just been eating away at me, that's why.
What has, TJ?
The possibility of losing you. Paige, there was a time when I thought, no, I knew that I was going to lose you.
Oh, darling, no.
I don't want to ever have that chance. I don't want to take that chance again.
You won't.
Well, I want to make sure. Paige, I want to marry you. Hey, baby.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hello.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to leave work with you this afternoon.
Well, did you get all that business over with?
All done.
Well, good. Then you won't be thinking about work all night long.
Now, when do I ever think of work at night?
Well, only about 7 nights a week.
Am I really that bad?
Hey, I didn't say it was bad. I just said that you thought about work 7 nights a week.
I can't help that. Marshall Oil is going to be the biggest and the best.
Well, that's what we want.
Are you sure you want that?
Yes, I am. Yes, sir.
Any calls?
Well, no. You expecting any?
Well, one in particular.
Who from?
That guy Hannibal.
You called him?
Well, I tried. He was out. I left a message. After our conversation this afternoon, I kept thinking about it, and I haven't changed my mind. I'm going to meet head on with this Hannibal fella, Ashley. Find out exactly what his game really is.
Do you think calling Hannibal is a good idea?
Good idea. It's the only card I've got to play with, actually.
Well, what are you going to say to him?
I'm just going to put it all on the line now. I know he's the one that's been pushing all those oil leases over to Marshall Oil. Hawker and Boots told me that. I know he's been insisting on you keeping your inheritance money invested in his businesses.
Well, that's no big deal.
Well, maybe not. But there's one big deal I'm going to tell him flat out to keep his hands off of.
What?
Gregory. I remember what Gregory had to say about him. He said he didn't like him very much. Now, that's kind of a simple statement, but I think he meant that.
Justin, you know how children are. I mean, they like someone, they don't like someone else.
Yeah. Gregory, he likes everybody. Except Hannibal. Now, there's got to be a reason for that.
He's probably just picking up on me being upset's all.
Yeah. Well, that's just a very good reason for me to check up on this guy. Now, he's touching my family life, my personal life. I don't like that at all.
Justin, you can't just threaten this man.
I'm not going to threaten him, darling. I'm just going to have a nice little talk to him. Help him see things more clearly.
He's a powerful man.
I am too, darling.
Not like him, Justin. He controls people's lives.
He's not going to control my life or yours. And he's certainly not going to control Gregory's. I won't let him.
I don't want you getting into it with him.
I can take care of myself, sweetheart. You must know that by now.
I know you can, Justin.
But what, sweetheart?
You've never come up against a man like Hannibal.
Sweetheart, he's a wheeler dealer. There are plenty of those in Texas.
Don't underestimate him. Don't do that.
Darling. You see, I don't like what's happening to you. He's taken over. I'm going to put a stop to this right now before it gets any worse. I don't want you to have to worry about that man for one more minute.
Don't make a move or I'll pull the trigger.
All right, take it easy. Just don't hurt her.
That'll depend on you now, won't it?
You know, there's nowhere you can go that we can't follow you.
That's right. You're not going to get away with this, Gretchen.
You shut up. And don't think about following us. Or you're going to have one dead young lady.
Right. I understand.
Good. We're going to leave you now. And if you ever want to see her alive, don't think about moving after us.
Whatever you say.
That's right. Whatever I say. Come on.
Ricky, what are we going to do?
We're gonna get Brett back alive. Hey, what's going on?
Gretchen's got Brett. She's taken her deeper in the cave.
We got wait.
No.
She's got a gun on her.
Yeah, and she'll use it too. She's dangerous, Mark.
I gotta get my sister. All right, we'll get her. Gretchen's already killed 2 people. We don't want Brett to be number 3. If anything happens to her, Ricky, nothing's gonna happen to her, all right? We gotta take it nice and easy. Okay? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go. All right.
I hope this is the way you like it, Mrs. Wheeler.
2 olives?
We're out of onions.
Oh, it's wonderful. You make a marvelous martini, Vivian. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
You may go.
Yes, ma'am.
Vivian is a very nice person.
I'm sure she is. I'll be glad to get to the bottom of all this mystery.
Rena, I'm so glad you're here.
Grant,
Judith.
I suppose this moment calls for some little show of affection.
What are you doing here, Judith?
I'm here because I'm concerned about Brett and Mark, and I want to know what's going on. And now that you're here, perhaps I won't be given the runaround any longer.
But why here, Judith?
Well, where else should I go, Grant? I've been trying to reach our children for almost a week, and I want to know where they are.
I'll get it! What's this?
They're mine. Would you have the driver take them to the guest room, Vivian?
Mr. Wheeler?
they can't be that far ahead of us. It's a good bet Gretchen doesn't know this cave any better than we do. Yeah, well, then where are they? We'll find them, Ricky.
I hope Gretchen gets what's coming to her.
She will, Ruby, if I have anything to say about it. I should have stayed awake. If I had, Brett wouldn't be in danger now. Hey, Ricky, I'm the one she got by. Yeah, well, we both should have taken her more seriously. She's not playing games, you know. You know, Brett's got the missing piece of the fire compass.
Gretchen's got the rest of it. She stole it from our apartment. If she puts the two pieces together.
That'll mean she'll find the secret chamber and the oil reserve.
Yeah, and if she finds it.
Won't have any more need for Brett. What are we waiting for? Let's go. Now, we gotta find him.
Ricky, look out! Oh, no. No. Ricky!
Take it easy.
Ricky!
Calm down, Mr. Walker.
Brett!
You're gonna be all right.
Watch out!
Come on.
I just hope something happens, because I'm going to tell you, I don't like hanging around here doing nothing. I'm going to tell you something else. I don't like that little Mexican guy.
Pepe?
Yeah, Pepe, yeah. He snoops around too much, and one of these days, he's going to ask one too many questions.
Hey, it's his cafe.
Yeah, well, the sooner we get going, the sooner I'm going to like it.
You know what your problem is, Bailey? You never learned how to relax.
You want to know how I relax, Adams? By hurting someone, and then I relax just fine.
Hey, look now, will you please cool down?
Yeah.
Hey, Pepe, you're back already, huh?
See, and I have heard some news that might be interesting to you.
Interesting to us?
A man was shot up in Haitopa Canyon.
A man?
See, the range riders find him, the Indian range riders.
What do you mean, range riders?
They go on horseback helping people in need. Hey, sounds like the man who was with your nature lady friend.
No. No, I don't think it could be him.
Not many people go up into Haitopa.
No, I don't think there's anything to worry about.
Okay, I thought I'd let you know in case it was that man.
Listen, didn't he just tell you not to worry?
I don't think it was our friend, but you know something, Pepe? I think we can help out. Look, they take him to a hospital around here, did they?
No, he was hurt too much. They had to fly him to Houston.
Okay, thanks. I'll check on him.
Hey, if I hear anything else, I'll let you know.
You do that.
Hey, look, how about some beers? Everybody gets a beer. I'm buying.
Okay. Hey, where's your friend going?
He'll be back in a minute, Pepe. Why don't you and me go out there and drink to them Indian range riders, huh? Come on.
Yes.
It's Adams.
I've been waiting for your report.
Something's happened.
Good or bad?
Well, I don't know, sir, but we just got a report that a man was shot up in Haitopa Canyon.
Who?
I don't know. Some Indians found him and brought him out. They took him to a hospital somewhere in Houston.
I don't like that.
Yes. It sounds like it could be that guide with Gretchen.
And if it is, he could identify her. If he's still alive.
What do you want us to do, Mr. H?
Well, I think that's quite obvious, Adams. This man must be eliminated.
Yes, sir.
Adams, have Bailey do it. He seems to enjoy that sort of thing.
All right, I'll be in touch, sir.
Adams.
Yes, sir.
Do it fast. Silence him now.
tuned for the next part of Texas. And now, the next part of Texas.
Grant?
All right, Vivian, have the driver take the luggage up to one of the guest rooms.
Okay, upstairs.
Vivian,
Yes, ma'am.
do make sure there's fresh linen on the bed.
Yes, ma'am.
I asked you a question, Grant, and I expect an answer. Where are the children?
I don't know, Judith. I just came from a place where I was hoping to find out.
Do you have any new leads?
No, the guy in the hospital is unconscious, and he's going to be that way until morning. If he regains consciousness, they're going to call me here. I hope he can answer an awful lot of questions.
What does this man have to do with Brett and Mark?
Judith, that's a long story.
I'd like to hear it.
Rena, would you like a drink?
No, thank you.
I'm waiting, Grant.
There is a man in the hospital, and he is suffering from a gunshot wound in the abdomen.
And?
I think he knows exactly where Mark and Brett are.
And you don't know where they are.
All I know is that they're in a canyon called High Topa, but I don't know where that canyon is.
What are they doing there?
Well, Brett went there to look for something. Mark went there to look for Brett, and they haven't been heard from since.
What is all this about?
Judith, the man in the hospital is a guide. Now, he was hired by somebody to follow Brett. And I think that same somebody tried to kill him, and I think he wants to kill Mark and Brett. And I'm doing my damnedest to find them before that happens.
I had no idea it involved something like this.
Well, it does.
You should have told me.
Tell you what, I don't know anything. I don't know where Brett is. I don't know who's behind all this, and I don't know where in the hell High Topa is.
Oh, you've been keeping this all to yourself. You didn't have to.
What could I have told you, Judith?
You were trying not to upset me, weren't you? That's just like you. Keeping things to yourself, holding them in, always protecting.
Judith.
I know what you were trying to do, Grant, and I appreciate it. But this is our problem now, yours and mine, and we're going to get to the bottom of this problem together. We are going to find our children.
I think I better be leaving.
I'll drive you home.
That won't be necessary, Grant.
I think we should discuss this further, Grant.
We will, after I drive Rena home.
I wish John were here to meet you. You could give him some pointers on chauffeuring.
Don't forget my trunk.
There's more?
Vivian, I'd like another drink.
What?
Pigs, look, I didn't mean it that way.
Wait a minute. You mean you didn't mean it? You
No,
don't want to marry me.
I do want to marry you. I want to marry you more than anything in the world. It's just that...
Well, what? What?
I sure wanted to do it more romantically than this.
Oh, you mean sort of like it's usually done?
Well, that's right.
You mean one knee kind of thing?
Well, exactly. Instead, I just go and blurt it out.
Well, Mr. Canfield. Whoa, you certainly got my attention with that one. Took my breath away. I wasn't really expecting that.
Well, then I hope you do the unexpected. And say yes.
Oh, DJ, I want to so much.
Well, then do it.
I can't.
Paige.
No, I can't right now. I need more time to think.
About what? Look, it's very simple. Look, I love you, you love me. What else is there to think about?
TJ.
Why?
Because there are things from both our pasts that we have to reconcile.
I thought we'd already done that.
I have to have more time.
All right. I won't push it.
Thank you.
But I hope you know how strongly I feel about it. And you.
I do, darling.
Now, that's the word I want to hear you say. And I want to hear you say it soon.
Oh, TJ, I love you.
And I love you, Paige. More than you'll ever know. still thinking about Hannibal?
Not anymore.
Well, would you do me a favor?
What?
Would you tell me if you've seen a little tornado running around here about so high?
Oh, dark hair, big blue eyes,
Sounds like it.
freckles.
Lots of them.
Well, that little tornado took all the quarters that I had in the world and went downstairs to the arcade.
You think he's going to come back soon?
Well, as soon as he saves the world from space invaders.
You know, just talking about him means everything to me.
I know.
I never thought a little kid could make me feel like that. I don't want anything to change that feeling, Ashley. And that's why I've got to go talk to this Hannibal. Want a drink?
No, I've got one.
Okay.
Hello?
Good evening, Ashley. I have a message. Your husband wants to speak to me.
Just a minute.
By the way, how's Gregory getting along?
Hannibal.
Hello, Mr. Hannibal.
Mr. Marshall, you wanted to speak to me?
Yes, I did. I thought it would be a very good idea for us to get together, the two of us, face to face, soon.
I think that can be arranged. How about tomorrow morning at the Spindletop?
That will be fine, Mr. Hannibal. There are one or two things I think we should straighten out.
Indeed there are, Mr. Marshall. Indeed there are.
All right, then. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Marshall, why were you talking to him?
Hannibal,
Yeah.
I'm going to meet with him.
Why?
Make sure he doesn't bother us anymore.
Follow the search. Search for tomorrow. Liza stands by Travis.
Whatever happens to you happens to me.
As his enemies lure Aja into their evil web.
This time he is going to die.
And on Days of Our Lives, Liz leads the Salem Strangler to his next victim. Weekdays on NBC.
I'm sorry.
About what?
Oh, Judith coming in just like that.
Grant, I expected something like this to happen.
You did?
Sure. After that talk you had with your lawyer, I knew that this was coming up.
That must have been terribly awkward. Just the two of you in the house.
It was something being the only one there when she arrived. I handled it the best way I could.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Don't blame yourself. You did what you had to do. You had to be at the hospital with that guide. I just hope that he gets better and that he can give us some information.
So do I. Rena, do you want to talk about it?
About what?
Judith, her staying in my house. I don't know what's going on in your mind.
You didn't have a choice, Grant. I know that.
With the kids, with Mark and Brett.
She's their mother. That's where she belongs.
I think she set this up.
Of course she did. That doesn't change anything. Nothing changes, not until Brett and Mark are back home safe.
Rena, she loves the children. She really does.
As any mother would.
And I don't think I can hurt her. Not now. Not with what's going on.
I understand. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable with me about this, okay? I want to help you.
You really are something.
The important thing, the only thing that's important is that Mark and Brett be back home safe.
I love you.
I unpacked your suitcases, Mrs. Wheeler.
Thank you.
But I didn't unpack your trunks because I wasn't sure how long you were going to be staying here.
Well, I haven't seen my children in quite a while. I imagine I'll be spending quite some time here when they return.
I sure didn't expect that you were going to be coming down here to Houston.
Why would you expect me anywhere?
Oh, I didn't mean it like that, Mrs. Wheeler.
How did you mean it?
Well, usually Mr. Wheeler lets me know when any guest is going to be staying over.
I'm not any guest, Vivian.
No, ma'am, you're not.
Does Mr. Wheeler always share his personal business with you?
I guess when it comes to the running of this house, I guess he tells me that.
You seem to know an awful lot more than just the running of the house, Vivian.
What do you mean, Mrs. Wheeler?
Rena Decker, for instance?
I know that Mrs. Decker is a very nice person.
And Mr. Wheeler is happy with her.
I don't know about that.
Of course you don't. You wouldn't concern yourself with the personal affairs of the people you work for. I think I'll go up and change before Mr. Wheeler returns.
Okay, now stop. This looks like a good place.
For what?
For a little business I've been waiting a long time to complete. I want this little treasure hunt we're on to end right now.
What are you gonna do?
You'll find out. You going somewhere? You just come right back. This is what you've been looking for from the very beginning. Take a look at it. It's gonna unlock the secrets of this place once I get the missing piece in it. The missing piece that you've got. Now hand it over.
I don't have it. I left it back there.
Don't lie to me. I've been watching you all the time, and I know you don't go anywhere without it. Now, are you going to tell me where it is, or am I going to have to find it?
It's in my pocket there.
That wasn't so hard, was it? Let's see what happens. Why don't we find out where this takes us?
Can we just wait for a minute because I don't know how much farther I can go on.
Oh, that's just too bad.
Look, I'm not going to be any help to you if I collapse from exhaustion.
We can worry about rest later. Let's just keep moving. And no tricks. Or else you're going to be resting.
Teacher? Thank you
For what?
for wanting to marry me.
You're welcome. The offer remains open.
You're not upset with me for wanting to hold off?
Never. I just don't want to lose you.
You won't.
Can you promise me that?
I promise.
Well, in that case, I guess I'll just stick around for your answer.
No, you will you?
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling you'll come around.
Oh, and what gives you that feeling?
Oh, just my instinct.
Ah. You know something?
What?
I have a feeling I'm going to come around, too.
Now, that's the way I like to hear you talk.
Wait a minute, I just thought of something.
What?
we get married, we're not going to have any more rendezvous.
Well, that'd suit me just fine.
I thought that idea would.
Now all I want to do is hold you in my arms. If I can do that, I won't lose you.
We'll never lose each other, TJ.
I hope you're right about that Mr. Hannibal.
You're never going to have to worry about him again.
And that's good. He gives me the creeps.
Why?
I don't know, he just does. Marshall, I never want anything to happen to us.
Nothing ever will. I promise you.
Great, 'cause that's the way I want it.
Well, that's the way it's going to be, too. What do you say I change my clothes here and you and I go down and play one of those games that you're so wild about in that arcade, huh?
You at the arcade?
What is that supposed to mean, huh?
Well, you're gonna look kind of funny down there with all those kids.
Funny. You listen to this? You're just afraid I'm going to beat your pants off you.
You couldn't beat me if I was blindfolded.
Listen to this. I'll have you know that I scored 49,000 points playing asteroids once.
49,000.
49,000.
Not bad. For a grown-up.
Wait till I get you. You just stay here for 5 minutes. Wait till I get back. Listen to that
You
guy.
better bring a lot of quarters, like a whole roll. You're gonna need them. Oh, Marshall's the neatest, isn't he?
What?
Marshall, isn't he the greatest?
Yeah, he sure is.
What's the matter, Ashley?
Nothing.
It's Hannibal, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You don't have to worry about him anymore. Marshall's gonna take care of everything.
Oh, I sure hope so. If he ever tells.
Tell us about what?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I just hope Justin understands.
Listen, I just checked with some of the emergency rooms in Houston. I was able to find that guy. But like I said, there was nothing to worry about. It wasn't our friend.
No?
No, it must have been some other guy. So like I said, Pepe, there's nothing to worry about.
Maybe for you, but for that man, whoever he is.
Yeah, you're right about that. But listen, Pepe, I really appreciate the information you gave us. You know something, you're a real help.
Hey, de nada, out here we care about everyone. It is very strange, though.
What's so strange about it?
That man going up into Haitopatu. Not many people go up there. Not where they found him.
Yeah, well, maybe it's becoming a very popular place.
No, not Haitopa. Bad spirits there.
Bad spirits, huh?
Very bad. I wonder how that man got shot. It maybe has to do with... I take care of that customer. I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay, Pepe, you take your time, huh? Listen, I just got off the phone with Hannibal.
I didn't think you were calling no hospital.
He wants you to go to Houston, now. He wants you to find the hospital that guide is in.
What do I do when I find him?
Get rid of him.
My pleasure, Adams.
What do we do now? Which way do we go? I guess we better go straight ahead.
You were very good.
Well, you would have killed them if I hadn't been.
You learned fast. I only wish they'd left Ruby behind, though.
Why?
Because I would like to have had the pleasure of getting rid of her once and for all. She's been nothing but a pain since I first met her.
You enjoy killing people, don't you?
I do my job.
Did you enjoy killing Joel? Or Miles?
You talk too much. Now get up. We're going that way.
Texas will be right back.
Vivian?
I sent her to her room.
You what?
I sent her to her room.
Why?
I want to be alone with you.
Judith, I haven't had dinner yet.
I've been thinking about this whole situation, Grant.
And
I'm not very pleased with what you've done.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm not. In fact, I'm damn angry. You were so determined to keep me out of Houston. That's why you lied to me.
I never lied to you, Judith.
Well, when I called, you told me.
When you called, I didn't know what the situation was.
I don't believe you.
Well, whether you believe me or not doesn't concern me. Mark and Brett are out there somewhere, and they're in danger, Judith. They're in real danger. That concerns me.
Thanks very much. And my feelings as their mother is of no concern to you, of course.
Stop it, Judith.
Oh, yes, stop it, Judith. Turn it off. That's always the way, isn't it, Grant? The easy way for you.
I can't talk to you.
No, you never could. You're a great manager, Grant, even of your own emotions. Well, you're not going to manage mine.
I never tried to, Judith.
You never tried to. Are you trying to make me cry?
Oh, I see. We're not talking about Mark and Brett anymore. We're talking about you and me. Well, I didn't want it to come out this way, Judith, but if you insist.
You are manipulating me as usual.
Hands off.
Chart your own course, Judith.
I love my children very much.
I never doubted that. And neither do they. You know, they've been eminently fair to both of us, Judy.
How can they be? You have them here in your camp.
I said they've been fair to both of us. They both know that you love them.
How can they know that? You have them here in Houston under your control.
Under my control? Do you remember your children? What they're like?
We're talking about you and me, remember?
Oh, how could I forget? You know, Judith, it's a shame that we're here as enemies. I didn't want that.
Neither do I. You used to take me in your arms, Grant. Can't you do that now?
You stopped me from doing that a long time ago, Judith. We came here to end something. And I wanted to end.
You wanted to end so you can walk into the arms of another woman.
That's none of your business.
You're right. It isn't. Not now, it isn't. Now our only business should be to find our children. Then we can deal with our relationship.
Not anymore, Judith. Not ever.
We're still married, Grant. We're still husband and wife. We've got a long way to go.
This part of Texas was brought to you by Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.